Gord, tell me, how did you start off in the pet industry?
I started off because when I was about 14 years old, my dad and mom franchised a pet store in North Toronto.
Okay.
And then another one. So I would help out part-time. Perfect part-time job for a teenager. And then I went away to university, and after I came back, I started managing one of the two stores we had. And then my dad unfortunately got sick, and he was diagnosed terminal. So we left the stores at that point, or shortly after he passed. And I figured I had the clientele built up for so many years through the store, it would be a great way to start up a doggy walking business and a pet care business. So that I've been doing for about 10 years now.
Wow, dog walking alone.
Yep, just the dog walking. Yeah.
What's the name of that business?
Lawrence Park Pet Care.
Okay.
It's really concentrated in one little area, so it's a pretty small business. There are a couple in Toronto that are quite large. Like, it's a pretty big industry in the city. But yeah, I like to keep it small.
Well,
Because then I know all the dog. Exactly, and you know all the doggies, and they get used to you as opposed to having one walker one day, one walker the next day.
And so the name of it again is?
Lawrence Park Pet Care.
Lawrence Park Pet Care. Do you have a website?
I do, yeah. Just lawrenceparkpetcare.com. And it's based just around the, bless you.
Excuse me. Can we just say the website again and the location?
lawrenceparkpetcare.com is the website. And obviously the business and the clients take place right in Lawrence Park. Just Lawrence and Avenue Road, Lawrence and Yonge, and not too far south of there.
And you're still taking on new customers?
I'm still taking on new customers. Yep, up in that particular area.
Yes.
Yeah, when I first started the business, I was going everywhere for clients. Because when you get some good clients right away, but then I found I'd be going downtown, down to Bloor Street to pick up the odd dog. But through the years, I've been able to build it up where it's right sort of compact in one area, which is great. Yeah, and it's like you said, you get to know the customers better, but more importantly, you get to know the doggies a little better. Yeah.
Very good.
Good dogs.
Now I understand though you've started up another site. What's that?
Yeah, I started up a site about a year and a half ago. I started a small blog just for my business, my Lawrence Park Pet Care business, and I would list lost and found animals in that area on the site, adoptable animals in that area.
And have successful for you?
Yeah, and that's what led to the bigger site. I'd have profiles of the pet businesses in the area, and more people started emailing me from different parts of the city, saying, why don't you do one for the rest of the city? Yeah. And I found it was a little easier because even though the blog was great and I had a lot of loyal readers in Lawrence Park, when it's a small area, there's not something happening every day to do with animals. So I did start focusing on the, the original concept was to start focusing on a lost and found site. So then I carried that forward to to involve the whole city, and same thing for an adoption site. And then more and more people started saying, oh, well, why don't you carry your news site over? So now I've got the news site, which is the TorontoPetDailyHD.com. And it's just TorontoPetDaily.com. It lists adoptions, lost and found, news, anything pet related in the city, news and events. We always have a fun little photo contest going on now. And the theme this time is action, so we have tons of photos of dogs flying through the air and tug-of-warring with sticks. So yeah, I started it more as a hobby, and I used to actually, my dog walking business, I used to do 3 walks a day. But the website, the Toronto Pet Daily site, has taken off like crazy. So now I find I'm spending a lot more time on the site in the afternoons with people submitting me animals that they want to put up for adoption, or sending me notices of a neighbor's pet who's disappeared or lost. So I spend more time now in the afternoons than I used to on the sites. So I only do the 2 walks in the morning. So the mornings are spent dog walking with these guys in the park, and the afternoons are spent updating the sites, contacting people for the sites. Yeah, and I enjoyed it. It sort of breaks up the 2 businesses.
So the Toronto Pet Daily.
Yes.
Pet Daily.
Yeah.
What kind of traffic do you want driven there? Tell me, who is that person that's going to be going to your site?
The people who are going to be going to the site are pretty much interested. I find it's not so much, the photo contests are great, and everyone loves joining them. It's people who are really interested in the daily events of pets, and especially the news stories of pets throughout the city. So I just saw something when I was coming home today, or it was on the radio I was listening to, and I didn't have time to get the whole part because I was going to the park. It was a dog that was supposedly came back to life. Did you hear about that today?
No.
It was a dog that came back to life. They, I guess, had to euthanize it for some reason or another. It was a dog in a shelter, and it came back.
Oh.
So I'm going to go research that when I finish up with you.
Yeah.
Put that on the site, and those are the types of articles that people love on the site.
Okay.
Yeah, not necessarily just the news and events. I've got guest bloggers on the site, all local guest bloggers, for training, for adoption, for rescue. There's a veterinarian. There's a photographer, so people can come to the blog and get advice on any of those aspects of owning a pooch. So
right now you're just citywide, and that's in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Exactly. Well, and I find a lot of the stories, and I'll report on stories that are, like if there's a big event in Ottawa, or there was a situation with the BC sled dogs a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
There was enough of an interest in the BC sled dog situation, and that actually drove a lot of traffic to the site. Yeah. Yeah, and people commenting back and forth between Ontario and BC and what can be done to prevent such a thing. And
like, what's your purpose of being in the pet industry? Where do you see yourself going?
I see myself continually running the sites and getting more and more into facilitating the adoptions and helping with the lost and found. I really want to get the word out there on adoptions, for sure.
Now, I think when we were talking last time, there was we had touched base on some of the pets coming up from outside of the country into Canada.
There are a fair amount. Yeah,
what's your feelings on that?
I think it's wonderful that we're looking after pets that are coming up from the States and who obviously need a wonderful place and people to harbor them and look after them.
Or just share with the viewers, we just got interrupted by this, obviously a business call.
Yeah, sorry.
With regards to, no, that's good though. That's a call coming in from one of your sites.
Yeah, from the adoption site, and it was a woman who's interested in adopting a kitty cat.
So how many sites do you have then?
Well, I have the sort of sister sites, you call them. I've got the Toronto Pet Daily, which is the news site, and then the Lost and Found is another site, and the adoption is the third part.
Are you going to amalgamate them all?
I'm thinking of amalgamating them all into one. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the reason being, the Toronto Pet Daily site gets about over 1,000 views a day, easily. A lot of people go to it. I kind of wish as many people would go to the adoption site and the Lost Found site. But they haven't as of yet, and that's been a year. So I am thinking of uniting the three, because if the majority of the traffic's at the news site, as much as I love that everyone's getting informed on the news, of the news and the events in the city, the main purpose I want for this is the adoption. So yeah, I have thought about that, and probably will be doing that quite soon.
So if you're looking to adopt a pet, where are we going to go?
TorontoPetDaily.com.
TorontoPetDaily.com. Can't forget that.
There we go. And yeah, that was a woman who was interested in adopting a kitty cat. So I told her to go to the site and see all the cats and kittens that were there. I usually try to encourage the older adoptions. I always feel that because kittens usually don't have quite a hard time being adopted. Puppies do not have a hard time being adopted. But look at him. I mean, he's now, we figure he's going on 8 years old.
Isn't that something?
And plus, I don't miss the puppy phase.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I loved the training classes and going to the training with Ty,
yes,
I don't miss it.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, like there's so many wonderful, fully mature cats, dogs, everything awaiting for adoption. So, I like to encourage the older ones getting adopted out.
So explain to the viewers, if they had a pet, lifestyle change, etc., and they need to adopt their pet out, does it cost anything to upload their pet?
No, it's just free. It's a free online listing. They just email all the details, and we'll post the pet up online for them, and we take it from there. And usually, I find there's always more cats than dogs listed on the site, but you do get some dogs, but that's exactly what people do. Email their info. A picture always helps. I find people will just scan past something without a picture.
So out of the generosity of your time, you just go and do this free of charge, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, but it's rewarding. Because I get emails. Thank you so much. I found a new home for my pet. Thank you so much. I posted my lost pet on your site, and it was found within a day. Rewarding enough of itself. It's great. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say except more people going to the website means more dogs are getting adopted out. That's the main key. The more we get out, the less overpopulation we have in shelters, and that's key right now.
Okay, so any last bit, Gord, that you want to get across to the viewers?
That's basically it. Like I say, well, I'm sure I'm not the one who came up with it, but why Why shop when you can adopt? Thanks so much, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Gord.
Thank you.